Now, again, this is still a tentative deal. It's not official yet. So for more on what happens next, let's bring in former UAW spokesperson Brian Rothenberg. Brian, thanks for joining us again tonight.
Thanks for having me.
So earlier, Andres kind of laid out the process in the coming days, but very important to note that this is not official. This deal does still need to be ratified by the membership. And we know you've been involved in negotiations and deals just like this in the past. So can you give us an idea of what this process is going to be like in the next few days?
Well, you got to remember it's an employment contract, and it is huge. The actual, what they call the white book, is a very thick book. What's going to happen is the council will come in, which is all the leadership from all the different Ford plants. They have to vote to send it to the membership. And then once it goes to the membership, there will be meetings. They'll go through that. They'll go through some highlights, which are actually sort of an explanation in brief form. But they'll also have major meetings with all of the locals. And then people go and vote, and it is you got to have 50% plus one, and that's when it gets ratified.
Now, we heard some of the UAW leaders saying in Andres' story earlier that they want the workers to report back to work. So how soon could that be? Would that be tomorrow, maybe even tonight?
Well, I think they should check with their local union, and they'll probably have a procedure for getting everybody back there. But I would imagine probably in the next couple of days, they will gradually roll people back in. They have to get the plants running and operating, and there's certain equipment that you have to get up and running and ready, including in the paint shop. But I think these are times where people really they're excited to go back to work, and they really got a very good deal here, it appears. We knew that it was going to be a good deal all along because of the companies and how well they were doing, but they have sort of regained a lot that was lost in 2008 during the downturn.
And Brian, based on your experience, what you have seen over the years and what you've seen with this specific strike, do you think that GM and Stellantis are going to fall in line with the Ford deal?
Well, Sheena, it's a little different this time, and that's because of the way it was done. It was sort of public bargaining, which we've never been through before, and they did all three companies at the same time. But I believe what they've done in recent weeks, especially with going after the cash cow plants to try to get things to move, is that they're trying to establish the pattern. So now Ford has a pattern. The other companies will then have to negotiate to fall in line with that pattern, but it makes it easier to bargain that way. There's going to be some fighting back and forth, probably a little bit, but I think you're going to see one by one the other two companies come together. That's my hope.
All right, time will tell in the days to come. Brian Rothenberg, thanks so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you.